Does it say recording on your screen? Does it have like a little thing up on top of the corner where it says recording? Yep. Like a little yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been the most like financially stable because of this bloody COVID stuff. Like my work has probably doubled, I'd say.
Should we intro? Nah.
Yeah. I mean, we're just having a normal conversation, really.
This is the Vandum Crew podcast.
This is the Vandum Crew podcast, the first start.
Yeah.
We just got to wait.
Starts off with me and Brian just talking about our financial situation.
Yeah, because we're talking about life at the moment.
We're talking about shit, bro. We haven't talked in ages. When was the last time we had a chat?
When you were in Tassie.
Yeah. A while ago.
Well, face to face, yeah.
Yeah.
We made Vibe Tribe, yeah. I guess we have chatted since, but like not in a call or anything, not actually talking face to face. Yeah, I mean, this technically isn't face to face. I mean, it kind of is, but like, it's virtually.
As close as you can get.
Yeah, basically. I think I see if Oscar's still coming on because he still wants to come on, and he's not online because I sent him the link to this, but he hasn't replied to it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. You can hear me right, can't you?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I hear you fine as well.
The most financially stable that you've ever been.
Yeah, legit. I've hit my peak of like financial savings right now because of all this stuff. And I'm still spending money at like things at home. I'm still spending money on things I want to do and gear. I don't know, just fun things.
It just sounds like you're working a lot, so you can just have a large income and...
Yeah. I'm telling you, next year I'm traveling heaps. Or when we're allowed to, I'm going to travel heaps.
Yeah. I reckon we'll be allowed to travel interstate pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. Like, I reckon a couple months we'll be able to. I don't know about... Because our cheerleading have been controversial between stuff like that. Oscar's coming in. But, yeah, it's been interesting.
What do you mean by controversial?
Oh, like... Meaning different clubs and stuff are like, oh, should we train? Should we not train? We can't train because we can't start. We can't touch each other. And then whether the competitions are going to go ahead because clubs have been closed down. So the competitions and organisations aren't getting money from it. Yeah. So it's like, we're probably not going to have much of a cheerleading world this year. No. Competitions and stuff like that. Oscar is connecting to audio. Yeah.
Here comes Oscar.
Mr. Chow. Chow time. Come on, Mr. Chow.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Oscar, don't fall asleep. I know you stay up late doing stuff.
Starting businesses.
Yeah. I think his business is going pretty well. I'll ask you that in a second.
I have to ask him.
Yeah. Okay, he's joining now. I know you're joining now because he's just, gotten on here. But yeah, what have you been financially lately?
Fine. I mean, I'm still at home, so I'm not paying rent. So I lost my two jobs just paused. So I'm so I'm not working as a lifeguard or as a gymnastics coach at the moment because they're...
I thought you were still working like slightly of a gymnastics coach, like online stuff. Hey, there you
Oscar. Are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. You sound like Joe Rogan.
Clearly?
Yeah, you're down pretty sexy.
Okay, sweet. I just had to figure out how to set up the mic with Zoom. It was kind of complicated.
Yeah, it's not complicated at all. It just clicks on the audio, a little up switch thing, and then you just go like different audios. Not the import of the...
You can hear me then.
Yeah. Can we see?
My camera's like... Oh, not my camera. My laptop's like connected to my setup, so you won't be able to see me. Unless you want to. If you want to, I can switch it around.
I want to.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I'm going to have to disconnect and then reconnect then.
Okay. Do what you need to do. Heck yeah. All right, he's gone. We had him for a second, people. We had him for a second. You got a little teaser of the man.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I've seen that Chloe's getting a lot more into parkour lately.
Yeah.
You've been influencing her.
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
nice.
I mean, she can't train gymnastics now because the gym's closed. So
that makes sense.
Come jump outside.
Come jump outside with me, and we can do flips.
Yes.
And bonding.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, nice. You're right. Oh, fuck, like it's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold down here. I think it's like 3 degrees, I believe.
Yeah, really?
We just get the fire started at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing some coaching on Zoom calls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How's that going?
Because coaching on Zoom calls. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, right. It's pretty interesting to see everyone in their own places, just in their room, just doing some stretching rolls. Yeah.
It's basically just strength and stretching.
Yeah, right.
What else can you do?
Yeah. Nice. Kat, I can't talk to you right now. We're in an important thing. Huh? That's dumb. I don't know how big my sister's TV is. I don't know, Elena. Oh, Kat. Shit, I called my girlfriend my sister. Oh, that happens too often for some reason. I don't know why. That just sounds classically Tasmanian because we've got the stereotype that we're all inbred.
So context. Brian's in Tasmania.
Yep.
I'm in Melbourne.
Yep.
Oscar's in Tasmania.
Yeah, Oscar's in Tassie at the moment. He's only like, what, 30 minutes away from me, maybe?
Yeah.
20, like probably 30, yeah. Yeah, right.
Should we what is Vandum Crew?
What do we start on that? What is Vandum Crew?
I don't know where to go with this, to be honest, because it's like.
Should we start with the name? Because a lot of people have been kind of confused on where we have got this name from. But it's when it explains, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's like, we have we started in Tassie, so we're Van Diemen's Land before Tassie, because that's what it was called before Tasmania was called Tassie. It's Van Diemen's Land. So that's the start of the Van and then the D, so Vandum, but the UM is urban movement. So, Van Diemen's urban movement is Vandum, but spread it. And crew just sounded cool, so we just went with the crew.
Yeah.
We went through so many names over the years. Like, we started off as bloody Utopia Free Run. That was interesting, but like it was just very cliche. And then we had Euphoric Free Run, I think, because euphoric is the word. Euphoric as a word is like overwhelmingly happy, or like the most overwhelming great feeling.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's like, I guess, like what it was parkour. We had an overwhelmingly great feeling of it. And then we went to rapid movement, and that was the most funny thing, like context behind that, because the Rapid GT was a car on GTA 5. and Isaac was like, I love the Rapid GT on GTA 5, so I'm going to call it Rapid Movement. I don't know. That was interesting.
It's not that bad, to be honest. I can imagine like a gym being called Rapid Movement or something.
Yeah. Like what is Bob Reese's new gym called or something?
I don't even. Freedom Motion or something?
Something like that. Like just it's basic, but it's very straight to the point. It's like easy to remember because of how basic it is.
Oh, I don't remember it.
It's like strategically simple. Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find it right now.
I don't know why I wanted to bring. We don't have this completely out of context. I mean, there's not out of context, but it is. Yeah, it's interesting.
Motive movement? Is it motive movement?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, it's like a stupidly simple name. All right, Oscar's coming back in. Stupidly simple name that sticks.
Motive School of Movement.
Yeah. Oh, motive. Did I say motus?
Motive.
Motive. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
What?
I don't really get like Motive School of Movement. What is?
Oh, I don't know, like motive. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe. Anyway.
Yeah. So Vandum Crew.
So yeah, Vandum is, I guess, short for the acronym of Van Diemen's Urban Movement. It just sounds so catchy. There he is. He looks so confused. There you are. Your mic's on, so you can start talking if you want. Nope, don't worry.
Nope. Oh no.
No. He's connecting to the audio, it says. But yeah, Vandum is like a stupidly simple sounding word.
Hey,
he's here. Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is it the same or does it sound different now?
Sounds slightly different.
A little bit different.
Only slightly.
Oh, okay, wait. It's probably using my computer mic then.
You're probably using your computer mic, yeah.
Select a microphone.
Oh.
What?
Come on, get a crispy audio.
Is that better?
Nope, that's your computer for sure.
Oh, okay. So this is
that's very loud.
Oh shit! This is the mic then.
That's the mic. Yeah. So if you sit back a bit, then you'll be able to hear it properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can see you properly as well. Direct it straight at you. Underneath, a bit closer. Oh yeah, that gets perfectly symmetrical on the frame, so we can get pleasing of the inner OCD people listening.
Are you videoing the Zoom?
We're recording at the moment, yeah.
Okay,
just because, I don't know, we just started talking about stuff and like, this could be valuable. We could be talking about something valuable.
Exactly. Just explain where the Vandum crew came from.
Yeah.
All right, dope. Wait, are we live at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I didn't realize.
But yeah, I remember we were in your... were you in your basement or like rumpus room or something, Oscar, or your room?
Yeah.
At your old house. Yeah. And we were just like brainstorming. We like specifically had that night, like a sleepover, to be able to brainstorm the idea of a name, like specifically a sleepover. That
nice.
We did some dumb shit as well, of course, but you know, like we always do. The classic Parkle sleepovers. Yeah.
I remember when we came up with it, I don't think anyone liked it.
No, we didn't. No, we
like,
thought it was
that's cool, but we'll try and think of something else. And we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, was that before or after we came up with, what was the one before that?
Euphoric, Fern? Or was it
was that before or after that? Or what was it?
I think it was before, because we had Euphoric, I think it was the last one, and then we finally switched over to Vandum because we're like, you know what, this is so unique, and like, I think that the first thing that we didn't think would be good because we thought it sounded like too much like random. Random. It's like, that makes sense, but it's just kind of dumb to think that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's such a easy, simple and unique name that we have abided by, I guess, now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's really unique and really good.
Absolutely. We finally stuck with that meaning. Yeah, it actually has a meaning. Before it's like euphoric. Oh yeah, the great feeling I get when I parkour. Yeah. Yes.
Van Diemen's Land Urban Movement.
Heck yeah.
I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Nice.
Have you guys introduced yourself on the podcast?
No, not really. Not yet.
No, not yet.
All right.
Well, do you want to do that?
You go with you, Addy, because I just picked you. You're singled out.
My name's Addison. I like to do jumps sometimes. I've been with Vandum crew almost a year now.
Yeah? Whenever you came down.
It was like last year, winter, around there.
Yeah, because when you came down. Now. Yeah, right. But I feel like you've been a part of us longer. I feel like you've been a part of us longer.
Well, we had that first trip in January last year. So it's like... So I've just... I don't know. I live in Melbourne, Australia, and I do parkour.
Heck yeah. That's what you want to hear. That's what we're doing.
That's my identity.
What else do you do? Like, hang on, but before we pass the mic on, what do you do as in like your life or an insight to you?
I'm an engineering student at Swinburne. I'm in 4th year. I'm probably not going to graduate for another 2 years because I'm chilling now. I'm just doing 3 units.
Nice, chilling. That's what you want.
I'm working part-time as a lifeguard and a gymnastics coach, which gets me free access to a weights gym and a gymnastics gym. So,
damn.
That's me, basically, I think.
Yeah, you're actually, you've got a lot of titles. More than you expect. Titles, meaning like, you've got a lot of things going on in your life that's like very profound. Like you're a lifeguard. Like that's a lot of...
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Like, just think like that's in its own is someone's entire career, and then you've also a gym coach, which is someone's else's entire career, and you're also doing engineering, which is an entire different career. So you got like 3 different careers going on, which is very academic and profound in its own way.
I guess, yeah, there's a few left. There's like the people on Bondi, they're like pro, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. They're kind of just part-time jobs. And then the gymnastics coach thing is kind of cool because I've got a parkour class now.
Yeah, that's so cool. I remember you saying when you first talking about that, when your boss came up to you, like, hey, I've got this opportunity if you want to do it.
Like, yep, pay me.
Yeah, pay me for doing something I love to do.
I'm down for that. Like, why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think that's me. Like,
lovely. All right, we're going to pass the mic on to Mr. Chow. Tell us all about you.
Well, first of all, sorry for cutting you off, Addy. I didn't mean to. That was a bit rude of me. So, yeah, my bad. But anyway, yeah. So, hey guys, I don't know if you can see me. I guess you can. My name's Oscar Chow. I'm from Hobart, Tasmania. I'm 19 years old, and I've been training parkour and free running for 8 years now, which is a long time.
Damn.
I think it's long enough to where I can start to feel my body not liking me a little bit, my knees, my ankles.
It's like, condition, like the OGs told you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're doing a lot of conditioning, and we're getting back to it. But anyway, so yeah, I do parkour and free running. As I said, trained for 8 years. That's my main passion. That's my main sport that I do. I also do a lot of gym work. So a lot of upper body work, chest, shoulders, back. Basically strengthening stuff.
At the home gym?
At the home gym to improve my clamps and whatnot. I also on the side, so I don't study at the moment.
You did
last year. I was in university in Melbourne at Monash, which is how I met Addy. And unfortunately, I decided to drop out and pursue another passion of mine, which is e-commerce. So that's what I do full time now, pretty much. So I build my own websites and basically import products from China, rebrand them, and then distribute them via social media into the Western market. And so, yeah, that's what I do for a living outside of training.
How's that been going with the Corona thing?
Yeah, it's been
Up the Rona.
Well, if you asked me about a month ago, I would say it was going really well. Because I'm selling to the United States, they received all the surplus checks during about a month ago, and so my sales basically went through the roof, and it was hard for me to keep up. Yeah.
I just sports.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so basically that was really good. And then unfortunately, I got my. So I was selling on eBay. For that business, and unfortunately I got my account disabled because I forgot to upload some tracking numbers. My suppliers didn't give me tracking numbers for some of the orders, and so eBay can't see that the items have been delivered, so they disabled my account. So that inflow has zero coming in at this month. So my account's still suspended, which isn't great.
So what's going to be your work around that?
Well, I just basically have to figure out how to get the tracking numbers, which is kind of complicated because I was fulfilling through Amazon, so I was basically drop shipping is what it's called, from the suppliers and Amazon to the customer. But unfortunately, my Amazon accounts also got suspended because it kind of looked because I'm from Australia and I'm ordering in America. They kind of suspected fraudulent activity, even though it's not. It's perfectly legal. Yeah. So I just have to try and get that resolved, and then I'll get a VPN. The tracking numbers. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing, and I think
I'm actually in America.
Yeah, I think that's what screwed me over more because they can see my ordering location, then it would switch in the US.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, that's that. So now I'm just trying to get that resolved, and then my main thing I do is Shopify dropshipping. So I build websites and sell products, and I can sell whatever I want basically. So yeah, that's what my main focus is at the moment, and I just tried to launch a store. You can check it out, smartsanitizer.com.
Yes, Smart Sanitizer. Is that what you're talking to me about?
Yeah.
At that time of training where you're just like, this new idea that came out of nowhere, but it's so essential to what people want these days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm still trying in the testing phase for that product. I'm running Facebook ads, and I'm just trying to build a few other products around it, and see what I can do to build kind of a more consistent income.
Yeah, for sure. God damn.
So yeah, that's me. That's what I'm doing.
So that's why you're not sleeping at night and not coming, not waking up at the right time, and then missing half the training day.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, dude, yeah, when we were training yesterday, some of the guys were like, because I said that you were coming, and they were like, "Oh, when's Oscar coming?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just this thing. He likes to stay up really, really late, just doing really productive things. But it's good. Like, it's good for your productivity side of things. It's like,
yeah,
we're the boys."
I'm trying to change it up. Like, my sleep schedule has improved so much. I was going to bed at like 4 a.m. every night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I try to not go past 1.
That's what you call productivity at night.
4 a.m. God damn.
That's weird. It's like I'm like that as well. Like whenever I get it, like if I'm late at night and I'm like somewhat switched on, like awake or whatever, and I start doing something small, it'll like my productivity will like just absolutely burst, and I just like get shit done at night. I don't know what it is. It's just it's an absolutely different experience and different like motivation.
I think it's because there's no distractions, and it kind of it feels like it's purposeful being there.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
no one awake.
There's no one to disturb you. Yeah, like you've gotten into your zone and you can absolutely powerhouse it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. I hope they can't hear me, but nah.
I was eating apricots before, and it just sounded like the classic ASMR. Like, yeah, crispy. I'm borrowing this mic from my boss at my other job.
All right, so tell us about you then. Who are you?
Oh, you're very loud. I'm Brian Wagner. I am 19, turning 20 in September. I'm scared to be a 20-year-old because then I can say, I'm not a teen anymore. So there goes my teen years. I'm making the most of it. I've been training since like late 2013. But I've been, of course, I've been interested in it since like very young. And cat. All right. Give me the apricots, please. My cat's just got me some apricots again because I was talking about it before. So she must have heard me. Here we are. We got some apricots, and we got the girl. Hi. Say hi. Oscar said hi. No. It's not that good of a mic. I mean, yes, it's a good mic, but you can't hear you.
Oh, we heard that. I heard that.
Oh, you did?
I heard that. Yeah,
I heard it too.
I didn't because I haven't got my earphones connected. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. We haven't changed since late 2013. I've been interested in like parkour since I was probably like 9, 8. Been interested in it since then, but I like just kind of mucking around with school, doing it stuff like backflips on pine bark mounds at school when I was like 9.
You're late 2013. What, Oscar? You're 2011? Is that?
Didn't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2000, like late 2011.
I think probably 2011. I have to backtrack and see because like earlier this year I thought it was only 7 years, and then when I went back and had a look, it was actually 8 years. But I can't remember the exact. It was in
that
March.
That means you were 10. You were 10.
It would have been like it must have
maybe
been
9.
No, it wasn't 9. It was it was 10. Probably between 10 and 11.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Because I'm I'm a year older than you.
Yeah,
I mean not completely a year, but you know what I mean. Even though we're the same grade because you're a smart boy and stepped up the ranks.
Yeah, boy, I skipped kindergarten.
Oh god. But yeah, I have like a little bit of background in gymnastics and trampolining. I did trampolining for a year when I was like 9. So that got me the basics in air awareness and stuff like that. I tried gymnastics when I was like maybe like 8, 7 with my sister, and I did that for like maybe 3 months and didn't really like it because it was so strict. And I was only really like one of the only boys doing it at the time in that class. So yeah, I didn't really like that. I do cheerleading as well, so that really very much complements the technique of my parkour side of things. I've been doing that for nearly the same amount of time as parkour. Since early 2014, I've been doing cheerleading for. What else do I do? I just last year finished 3 years of 3 and 4 in film, like film, screen and media. So now I'm qualified to, do the basics and like a little bit beyond the basics of running your own business and stuff like that as well in the film industry. So at the moment I'm doing 2 jobs. So, I work at Woolworths as a deli member. And then my other job is I have a very broad role, but I'm a chief content creator. So what I do is I plan pre-production, production, and post-production, and do it all of my boss's work. So he's a business life coach for builders. So what I do is I write out procedures and stuff, and then do the procedure and make all the content for him. So whether it be video, audio, static posts for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and we put out a podcast, a brand new podcast the other week, and we've probably filmed like 8 episodes, I think, and he interviews people, and I do like live video switching and stuff with a Blackmagic ATEM mini switcher and a bunch of other gear, and I've got access to so much gear because of it, and a great people. Like I've got access to a business life coach and a life coach where I can take on what they're teaching, and what I'm learning as I'm going while I'm working as well. And I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. So I can put this to what we're doing as well with the podcast. So since we were doing this, we did this 3-day podcast workshop with We Are Podcasts, and they had so many professional and insightful speakers to learn from, and it's been so great to learn and stuff like that. Yeah. Hey, Mima. How you doing?
That's awesome.
Good. Yeah, no, it's been great. What's that?
So what do you think about this podcast? Like, what are you thinking it should or could become?
I think it become an insight to our lives as people, and the way, because Vandum's always been, it's not exactly about how skilled you are. Yes, it plays a part, but it's always about the bonding relationship we have with all each other, and I feel like that's integrated into what this podcast can be as well. So we all have this special bond. I don't know what it is. It's just always been a thing where we can be so open with each other and see beyond parkour and see more of a friendship, but a bond with a group. Where I can see this podcast being very an insight into our own lives and our own bonding, and share our own bonding to the people that, watch our stuff or like us or know us. And so we can take it from there. And I guess things that it could go, we could get other people on, like guests, like what other people do with podcasts.
It'd be cool to get athletes within Australia.
Yeah, I'd love to see other, just talk about what's going on in your community as well, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even just talking about just dumb shit. Just talking about a normal conversation, get to know each other.
That's actually such a good idea, because I don't think there's a lot of insight in terms of the Australian parkour community, especially from not just on a national scale, but internationally. I don't think it's very well known and established, apart from the major cities. Like, you got Dom, Kadori, but you don't get to hear from any of the other states.
Yeah, we've got some fucking...
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, because my mum, my landlord, and a lovely person, was asking where the tea bags were.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'll say again then. I just don't think that Australia is represented nationally or internationally in terms of community.
I think we have a very solid community. For sure.
Yeah, we do have a solid community, but I don't think people know it exists. And I think that can be a gateway if people are coming into the sport. If, they listen to a podcast or they see a piece of content, and they can identify the people in the community, because it's very unseen and it's very tight knit. So it's hard to. I think if you're an outsider and you're coming in, if you're just you see people posting the Facebook groups all the time, like we run Tasmanian parkour and free running, not very often.
It doesn't happen very often.
When people ask, if their kids how do their kids start? I think it's a bit blind. People don't know how to get it.
And this is universal. What we're talking about right now can be posted everywhere. Because that's something, a main thing I learned in the We Are Podcast workshop, that if you create something like this, it's a one conversation, but it's so useful and valuable. You can spread it across all the platforms, and it can go everywhere. And people have preferred listening platforms. Like, people don't have to go to one platform just to listen, because people don't like Spotify for some reason. I don't know. People don't like YouTube, for example. But people can have their own little way of listening.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it comes back to being contextual to your listener and being consumer centric. That's something which through my marketing, I realize is really important. And outside of like my marketing for products I do, I've also been doing some personal branding on the side for other people. So I think podcasting is really great because you can take an hour-long podcast and break it down into segments of, 1 to 2 minute pieces, which provide an extreme amount of value to a certain group of people. So if you can cut that down and put it on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube or any other platform, that's how you can connect to an audience, and then you can learn from that audience and understand what they like and what they want to hear from, and then we can kind of use that to shape and build out the podcast.
I love what you just said, because that's exactly what I do at my other job. It's exactly what we do. It's because I take out the little segments, because he does momentum calls for his members, and like daily momentum calls where he records them. I put them into Final Cut Pro X and listen to the entire thing and pick out I'll be very picky with it. I'll take out all the valuable parts, put them into a little folder, and then if I want to, I can get little parts for it and just post it anywhere. And they're the most valuable little segments, but they're so good that stuff like this you can just post anywhere, and just tiny little things that you can just like, oh, we talked about this. Here, do you want to hear more? Or or like even if it's just like a summary from start to finish of like little valuable piece, it's so handy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's really valuable to a parkour scene to see kind of who's good in the scene. Like I remember when I first started, which was early 2017, I thought I was the only person in Melbourne who did parkour for a bit.
I think everyone goes through that, because like I think majority of the people in Tassie, like I reckon Oscar felt the same. I felt the same at one point.
Yeah, I mean, we probably didn't meet up for. I don't think I'd been probably training for like 3 years before I even like heard of you, Brian.
No, legit the same, because we first met in 2015.
Yeah. Probably
like 2 years after. Maybe 4 years after I already started training.
Has been
dude.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. I didn't do anything. It says a gift from Zoom. We are running out of time. We removed the 40-minute limit on your group meeting. Boys, we can as long as we want. Because I'm at nearly an hour, because when I first started streaming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did you start recording?
I don't know. I'm not taking time with that. I'm just enjoying the conversation.
Yeah. I'm recording as well. I've since I started, I have like a 20-minute file now.
Yeah, right. I have an hour. This call been going for. Yeah.
I was like training for like 6 months, I think, before, and I saw like I googled, Melbourne parkour, and I found like the Melbourne parkour classes where they just
MPK.
Quadrupedals. It wasn't kind of my style of training, and it wasn't until like 6 months later that a few people from Melbourne who like Levi and Braden basically messaged me and were like, "Hey, do you do stuff? Do you want to train with us?" And once I found all those guys, that kind of like unlocked my understanding of what I could do. Because if you see kids like you doing crazy shit, then you're like, "Oh, maybe I could do that too." And like, it sort of like gives a pathway. And then when I met you guys, I was like, "Holy crap!" Because like before I met you guys, there wasn't anyone who was on like an international level of ability in terms of parkour and running.
Yeah, right.
And now I met you guys, it's like, all right, well, it can be done. You know what I mean?
There's people in the community that have already seen what it's like, and already, and everyone goes through it. It's like that feeling of like you haven't gone anywhere and you're kind of just beginning, and then you see like you fanboy of these people. It's like, damn, they're really good. They've made it basically, and
unless you see those people in your community, you don't really. I don't know. I didn't really see it as like it just makes it more possible. I think my mind.
I think that's a great point. Because I think for me, like mostly when I started, I didn't have anyone doing it with me. I don't know if you like remember Tom Griffiths. He was like the other person that I trained with. Actually, no, that's wrong. I also I did athletics back in the day before I started parkour and free, and I kind of did it. I think I must have been doing that for 8 years or something, and I kind of switched over in the middle. And then one of my good mates from athletics ended up starting with me as well. But we basically trained on our own for 3 years, and we just followed what we saw on the internet. I mean, like I didn't watch like any of the big ones like Jump London or anything like that. I found tutorials. I think the Tap Brothers on how to parkour.
Yes, good old Tap Brothers.
Yeah, so I think I saw that video and I was in my room and I think I rolled around the living room for like 2 hours and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then it kind of caught on from there. So I would just like watch tutorial after tutorial. And Jesse LaFleur was the person who I kind of connected to most through the internet.
I feel that.
Yeah, so that he kind of like developed my starting style. And I guess the spots that are around me when I was that age was like pretty suited to them. It had sand and grass and like I was
Sandown Park. Mm.
Yeah, so that's kind of shaped my style. Exactly. But going back to what Addy said about, you don't understand the potential that you might have until I guess you see or meet those people in person. That was kind of what happened to me. He did I can't remember what the name of the tour was, but he came to Australia. He came to, I think it was Sydney. And I got to meet him in person there. And I think that probably sparked the idea in my head that, okay, this thing is bigger than, just what I'm doing by myself.
The Off the Edge tour.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
You were there.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
I remember when I first met you and I was like, no way he's got Jesse LaFleur in his profile picture. No way.
No way. That's so sick.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Actually, it was funny. He reached out to me like, I don't know, I can't remember. I think when I was in Perth when I went around Australia. So that was kind of cool.
What did you say?
Oh, it was oh well, like I can't believe that you're still training and that like
yeah, like I was like ready a long time ago.
Going beast mode now. Fucking, you surpassed Jesse now. Like, goddamn,
big statement. Big statement for the man.
I think you got to remember though, like because the sport's developed so much, the standard of training is also, it's like you said, like you don't know what's possible until you see other people do it. So when he was in his prime, like he was at the top of the level for his prime.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stuff that he was doing was insane at the time. And obviously as the level increases and people progress, then it changes.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
He's got a kid now. He's he's running a business.
Paul cut me off. You go.
Sorry. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he's like busy, I
can't believe he's got a kid now.
That's I know, crazy.
Right? And just like following the process of a person like that, because they post it. That's why I think that's great for what we're doing, is because we can give value to the people that listen, like watch us and listen to us, and they can come on a journey with us, because what they've done was they put their stuff out and we've gone through a journey with them and see from their first starting days to when they were prime. Oh no, they probably still are in the decent prime, but like seeing them go through life, like Jason Paul was a baby. There was a adorable little girl Freda, like bloody hell. And you see he's thinking about getting his hair back. Get his long hair back.
I haven't been watching his vlogs. I haven't been watching it. I need to keep up with him.
I think it was on his Instagram. I think.
Oh, is it? Instagram? Okay.
It's pretty funny.
Like, damn. And that's why I think that's like what we're doing is so valuable, is because with Vandum, we've never ever gone into our own lives. It's always just been post some clips, post some funny clips, post whatever the hell we want. But we never actually explained what the hell, who we are, what we do, why Vandums came about. So people are pretty very cloudy with who the hell we are.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true.
Yeah,
I feel like there's also like an opportunity. There's not much of a, like there's the Sean Wood All Good podcast.
Oh, I love
Australia.
Love that.
But he doesn't really like there's an opportunity here where, like, you know how Giles compiles those episodes that Giles is making?
I love Giles.
Yeah. That was those, I love that series. I would follow people every week because of that series.
Because he was
an opportunity for us to do a similar thing with his podcast as well.
And I mean, you saw the Jimmy the Giant documentary that he did, and when he looked back at the Flow show, and I can't remember what was the thing, Urban Free Flow or whatever, they had a similar thing before that, but no one in the community at the moment is doing that. And I think there's been a few people who have tried to, I guess, start something similar over the years, but I don't think there's been anything that's been consistent and long term and well recognized.
That's why I think this is so easy to talk about right now. It's not difficult to just have a great conversation and record it and just get all the valuable pieces. Because we've probably had the most deep and meaningful conversations out there, but like just any of us in the group, like, and it's like even if we recorded those meaningful conversations, people can insight to what we're like and people can relate to, and then it's like universal basically.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will get easier as we go on. Like, I think even now I'm 28 minutes or 30 minutes into this interview, and I'm feeling a lot easier about talking. Yeah, like
even at the start, I was like, yes, I've had like slightly experience with my other job, but I haven't really talked about it because I don't talk. I'm behind the camera. I'm not in front of the camera. I wouldn't say I'm very good yet at asking questions or like this is just conversation between us boys.
Yeah, literally. I just you gotta remember that.
Yeah. Like this isn't like a run show where my other job is like a run show. Like this is just
it's not live.
Good fun. Yeah.
If you fuck up, we can just cut it out.
Whatever fuck we want.
If you see a cut, something bad was said.
I'm thinking, what do you think, boys, about censoring? Or whether we should keep this G-rated and like keep out?
No, I don't think it matters.
Because I think that this shows our Aussie culture.
What I want,
these words are our Aussie culture. You go.
Yeah. My relationship with podcasts is I really like them because of how authentic and genuine they can be.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I don't want to censor and
just like
make it like a show.
Beep everything.
Just like no.
Yeah. That's why I like the Modus podcast because it gives them like similar to what I think we just discussed. Like it gives an insight into the lives of the athletes and what they're doing on a daily basis, and not necessarily just about parkour, but the other things that they have going on in their life.
Because people follow people because they like what they do, and they like who they are as people. People wouldn't follow I've unfollowed people because I didn't like I like what they do, but I don't like who they are as a person sometimes. Like it's just some people get like this egotistical vibe about them when they post things, and then like the way they celebrate after a line. It's just like sometimes it's like I enjoy the person more than what they put out.
Yeah.
It's like that's like a pretty controversial topic. It's just like, but it's so true to myself that I'm not gonna follow someone if I don't like them, and just follow them for a follow.
Yeah,
I want to have a meaning behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like a toxic relationship as like you wouldn't do that in person. You wouldn't associate yourself with someone you don't like, and basically that's
why would you associate with someone online that you don't like? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. What's that?
Gonna have the angle grinder going.
Yeah, can you
I had an angle grinder going at my place as well.
Is that right?
I didn't think it was going to stop before we started.
We can finish.
How long do you reckon?
We can finish up soon, Brian.
Yeah, we'll finish up soon anyway.
We'll finish up. Yeah. I reckon.
Thanks, Jason boy.
Excellent.
I don't know. Yeah. Unless you guys have more. What do you want to say? I don't know.
I've enjoyed this a lot already.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good little intro.
Yeah, this is the first one. It's feeling good.
It is. I love the vibes.
I love the vibes. It's like it's just like we're not having a nice, deep, and meaningful conversation, but instead of in person, it's just in person but virtual.
Yeah.
I like it.
I reckon like maybe do it once a week or I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I think once a week is cool.
I enjoy that.
And then maybe at the end we can just say like you can pick an athlete
who you want to see
for a minute.
Like,
like do music minute, but do it about an athlete instead.
And I guess we can pose a question on it right now. If anyone wants to hear anything from us that specifically into our lives or into the parkour community or our thoughts on anything, or I don't know, something like
ideas for the podcast in general.
Exactly. Yeah, I believe we're all open to hear anything because we're all open into it. We're all engaged. We're all loving community.
We don't know what we're doing. We're just going to
we're just going to go the flow.
Exactly. And also, we're not the only members of Vandum either. There's three other people. So there's got Josh Ward, Isaac Deneen, and Isaac James. So if you guys know them or want to hear them, and I'm sure they'll jump on the podcast as well. So we got much more perspective to give.
Absolutely. And we could do a 6-people podcast. That'd be a bit hard.
That'd be hard.
That'd be a bit mad.
The man come up with some limits.
Yeah, probably should.
Probably
Pass the
should.
pepper shake around.
Because even with 3 people right now, it's just like I feel like we're almost butting into each other, but it's like it's easy. It's still easy for sure.
Yeah, I think 3 is good. 4 is maybe, I don't know. It depends, but we'll see.
All right. Shall we call it a wrap?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Unless you want to talk about anything else.
We need an outro.
All right. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, some fucking.
This is Vandum on the Vandum Podcast.
On the Vandum Podcast. That's it, son. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep.
Much love.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.